I still don't know where his son is, because I haven't met him yet. So maybe he's in some of the other plane. Let's try the boa, because this will just be faster. And also with that it will be a lot faster. And then going here. Still no sun here. Which means I will just go straight to the northern plain and going to the strange forest. I still hope that someday Kayla will come with me to the village, such that I can introduce her to my sister. Because she's so a lovely girl. I mean, you just have to like her, alright? I mean, I can go to the eastern road. Maybe the sun is there. I will just do a small sneak peek, okay? And if he isn't there, then yeah, then we'll go straight to the north. But first I will, yeah, check this out first. And looking for a boy with a strange hat. I mean, I could also ask one of the people if they have seen a boy with a strange hat. Probably not. Do you have another delivery? Or...
Hey, you can get into Facade, right? I've got a thank you gift I need delivered, and I'm hoping you can help me out.
No problem.
Great. Oh, and it's kind of fragile, so don't roll around or get knocked over along the way, alright? Just get that to the weapon shop in Facade. And thanks again.
Yeah, this was on purpose. Because I don't have time for this. But at least I know where my next goal will be.
That did not sound good.
I think we broke something.
You don't say.
Well, there is little point in finishing the delivery now. Best go back and apologize.
Yeah, I guess.
You want to try your hand at this job, Kaine?
Are you serious? Hell no.
Ha! Hussies are only good for breaking things anyway.
Maybe I'll start with you.
Okay, no boys here. So I guess I will head to the village. Again, go to the northern plain. And then start my mission. Okay, go to the northern plain. I can't carry any more. I guess these are the medical herbs. Because it's the only thing I can't carry anymore. If I remember correctly. Yes, this should be the medical herbs. Then let's now go straight to the forest, I guess, I hope. Then kill some sheep on the way. Ride the boa. Can you ride the boa? Thanks. And I have to go to the Forest of Mist. Forest of Myth. And go straight there. Stop because I don't want to hit the bridge. And then again. I mean, I can collect some of them, why not? If I'm on the way anyway. And some of these guys here. And also you. Where do I actually have to go? Okay, I actually have to go to the top. Okay. Which may have to go there. Maybe here on the top. Fighting some of the verses. I I mean, now it's kind of easy to fight them because they are not resisting at all. Or maybe I'm just too strong. No, I have to go down here, which means I can collect this one here, which is tree branch. I'm not sure if I ever collect some tree branches. Maybe this is the first time, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll just head to the forest and probably save there. Because I'm not sure how many things you have to do in the forest. Or if there's a saving point. Okay, I mean there's a saving point. There's also some people here, which is some dreamy guys, I think. So let's just head in.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Weiss.
Such cheek.
Let's save me first. And let me save first. And then I guess I have to talk with some of the people here. Like, I mean, I see someone here. Maybe let me talk to him.
Beware.
Okay, he's the major. Beware of what?
Beware the words.
The words, okay.
The words? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Contagious words.
Okay, it's just like the Black Scroll, some sealed verses. I'm just throwing some random words here.
Those who dream.
Yeah, dream is a very hot topic right now, right?
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Okay. Weiss's voice rose in the quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
Now my book is also dreaming. I mean, it's not my book, but the book here.
What's going on?
Yeah, I wanna know too. The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
I'm not all.
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The major stared at Nowtfall and Weiss.
You can speak to me.
Yeah?
I must have caught you in my dream.
What dream?
In your dream?
The major explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream has spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. So like Tsukuyomi. The village major has determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Which means now I also have this disease. Weiss stared at the major, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
So what now? Am I in your dream?
In other words, we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the major could confirm Nowtfall's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
Huh.
That's just how the Death Dream works.
Though polite, the major was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks. I mean, my book don't have really the best personality. Neither does Kaine.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The major twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Nowtfall has seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
A specific word. Nowtfall and Weiss racked their brains but could find no easy solution. There are simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
True. The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his word carelessly seems to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
Okay, now he's breaking the fourth wall, okay.
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answer in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing.
What's going on now? I'm completely lost. Who is Weiss talking to? To me?
Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to nowtfall like a contagion. Wait, said nowtfall suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What is it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? Which villager? The major leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the major. Something specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cries Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, nowtfall's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said, those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. Ah, it was a dream I had. Ah, okay, now I get it. So the boy was... those who dreams. And this, the major produced a thick sheet of paper from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at nowtfall. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttering to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you had before you fell asleep. The major shook his head. His warm pencil stopped tracing lines across a long piece of paper. For the last month, I have done nothing but study the disease we call the death dreams, he said. I mean, I'm the major, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dream. The major paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking note of something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research the disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your effort to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The major's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I would know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all of the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Nowtfall nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I did not? Look, if you can't be of any help, said Nowtfall, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Okay, what's happening? I'm still kind of lost, and I'm not sure who is talking to what and who is the narrator or silence, cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from Nowtfall to the major and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss' face is always confidence. Thank you very much. Now see here, Major, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The Major slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right, I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the few. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the Major. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The Major suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He had almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two. He called at the department from the Nowtfall and Weiss. We are all counting on you. As Nightfall slowly faded into the misty forest, the Major was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Nightfall's mood darkened as he trotted through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in a time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more... How many texts are there, man? The more the forest closed in around him, the mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rock seems determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of the tree, and his hands now felt small threads of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacular poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Nightfall to pick up the pace and grumbling about the slow progress. I mean, you can fly, that's unfair. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Nightfall snapped. I mean, this story doesn't make really sense. I mean, Nightfall won't just snap. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Nightfall leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knot from his back. How can the stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words trembled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Nightfall snapped his hands over his ears. I guess this is the episode where I say the word Nightfall most often, because I usually don't mention the name. Okay, snapped his hand over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? Nightfall could see Weiss' mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed. The forest howled. And then, just as Nightfall's ear seems ready to tear from his head to go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creature of the woods. Tree, or whatever. Probably this is a strange pronunciation for free, or tree, or whatever. Shuck. Okay, shuck. And then some other fancy noises. And women. And chic. And seek. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Nightfall began to detect pattern in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just a white noise, it's something else, really. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. One which it is lacking, two which is ideal, three of which is dangerous. What is it? I have no idea what you're asking, man. Two with it is ideal, three with it is dangerous. By my page, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 which is slacking, 2 which is ideal, 3 which is a dangerous. What is it? The answer is a secret or a seesaw, or I don't know. I mean, the first thing I want to say is I don't know, because I actually don't know. I mean, a secret doesn't make sense in some sense, I think. A seesaw is also something doesn't make sense. So how should I know? How should I know? Weiss' mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shift. Green, wine, something, chic, blah blah blah. And when nightfall came to, he was once again surrounded by the sound of insects. The cries of the insect were creating words he had somewhere before. 1 which is lacking, 2 which is ideal, 3 which is dangerous. Was it? By my page, is this a riddle? I think so, yeah, but maybe 4. Then I leave you to answer. The answer is a secret? I have no idea. Immortally furious that Weiss left the task to him, nowtfall sign and give the only answer that makes sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth part before nightfall, like a rippling wave opening a new path. These forests unfront pots are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Please, as passing the forest, nightfall moved on with a new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. Actually, I'm not sure why secret is the correct answer, but whatever. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said nightfall after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of the forest for some happy path you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. Well, it's true. Yeah, it's true. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring, smiling. Nightfall picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the windows but break no glass. When nights fall, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy. Barked Weiss, now answer it. Nightfall grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all, this one is pretty easy. I enter through the windows but break no glass. When it's nightfall, it's vanished. It's probably light, right? A bird as sunlight, obviously. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plum, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. Dude, this never stopped, right, the story? Let me drink a bit for a second, because it's drying out from all this talking. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Nightfall, why they're always crying? Awaking Weiss from his daze, there's a house or something over there. This sounds kind of like fairy tale. Some of this dark Grimm's fairy tale. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nested among the trees. Yeah, this sounds very sus. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Yeah, and probably solve the puzzles, the riddles. Nightfall walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open. Why you would knock a door for a minute? Cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was clothed from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Nowtfall, but before he could get any further, the clothed man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at the moon, but and night with 3. What am I? Nowtfall tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If you wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems you must answer this riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Nowtfall. Now, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon and at the end at the night with 3. What am I? Man? The mist dissolved from the cloak figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. I mean, I already know this riddle, which means this was kind of easy. With that, the man flung his garnet aside, relieving his true identity. You're the Major, cried Nowtfall. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the Major, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? Yeah, this kind of mystery. It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Nowtfall watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Nowtfall and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the Major leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cries, you made it, you finally made it back. The left hand grabs Nowtfall's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right hand Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The Major smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I would ever see you again. Nowtfall withdrew himself from the Major's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The Major's face beamed as Nowtfall filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Nowtfall cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Jeez, you endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rule of this place is futility itself. Yeah, so I guess I'm the dungeon master in some sense. Nowtfall and the Major obediently recline atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continues Weiss? It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep as we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. I mean, this fourth wall thing is kind of nice, somehow. But there's a lot of reading and not the best thing to do during a let's play, but still I have to do this, so enjoy. My voice, I guess. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, beginning the Major, the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awake, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Nowtfall shook the Major's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. "Oh wow," said the major in an awed voice. "We did, I'm back." He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means. The death dreams was spreading through the village, through our village, and I want to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream." The major started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they work, then glanced at nowtfall and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the major to his feet. "Real life may take some getting used to," said the major as a brave smile crossed his lips. "You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure," said Weiss. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the major, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them." The major slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. "This is a holy tree," he explained when the prayer was finished. "It's a garden of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder," muttered Weiss. "We should not put our faith in the gods." The major shook his head. "Not the gods. The words. Legends say that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as the sealed verse." "Ah, sealed verse!" Nowtfall and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seems a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. "I say," muttered Weiss, "this is certainly a stroke of luck." As the three of them said their goodbyes, Nowtfall mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious word he had left with them. "I once saw a version of you that was not yourself," muttered the major. "What in the world does that mean?" Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. "You know," he said softly, "this is going to sound odd, but I had the feeling I've seen you before too." Nowtfall tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the major didn't seem to notice. "Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything." "Well, I'm not sure about that, you know. I mean, NieR is well famous for its plot twists and surprises, so..." Nowtfall gave the major a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. Something wrong about the major and his words. There's something wrong about the major and his words? And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm finished talking, man. Thanks God.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Dark execution. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
I mean, it surely does, man. For me, I've read 20 minutes. No.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Now I can finally
This is one of the most...
I know.
Okay, I guess with that should be enough for... This time it should really be enough for this session here. Which means I will go to save. Whew. And with that, I think that should be it for this session. I mean, it kind of take longer than expected because of this last part here, which is kind of, yeah, exhausting for me to have to reading a story for 20 minutes and nothing else to do. But I hope you guys liked this let's play and also enjoyed the story or my storytelling. I'm actually not sure how good I was telling the story. So maybe you can leave a comment below, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye.